Sundarikasutta with Bhāradvāja of Sundarikā, Samyutta 7.9. At one time, the Buddha was staying in the coastal lands on the bank of the Sundarika River. Now at that time, the Brahmin Bhāradvāja of Sundarika was serving the sacred flame and performing the fire sacrifice on the bank of the Sundarika. He looked all around the four quarters, wondering, now who might eat the leftovers of this offering? He saw the Buddha meditating at the root of a certain tree with his robe pulled over his head. Taking the leftovers of the offering in his left hand and a pitcher in the right, he approached the Buddha. When he heard Bhāradvāja of Sundarika's footsteps, the Buddha uncovered his head. Bhāradvāja of Sundarika thought, this man is shaven. He is shaven. And he wanted to turn back, but he thought, even some Brahmins are shaven. Why don't I go to him and ask about his birth? Then the Brahmin Bhāradvāja of Sundarika went up to the Buddha and said to him, Sir, what are you by birth? Don't ask about birth, ask about conduct. For the fire of Jata Veda is born from kindling. A steadfast sage, even though from a low-class family, is a thoroughbred checked by confidence, tamed by truth, fulfilled by taming, a complete knowledge master who has completed the spiritual journey. That's who a sacrificer should introduce themselves to and make a timely offering to one worthy of religious donation. My sacrificial offering must have been well performed since I have met such a knowledge master. It's because I'd never met anyone like you that others ate the leftover offering. Eat, worthy Gautama. You are truly a Brahmin. Food enchanted by a verse isn't fit for me to eat. That's not the principle of those who see, Brahmin. The Buddhas reject things enchanted with verses. Since there is such a principle, Brahmin, that's how they live. Serve with other food and drink, the consummate one, the great seer, with defilements ended and remorse stilled, for he is the field for the seeker of merit. Then, worthy Gautama, to whom should I give the leftovers of this offering? Brahmin, I don't see anyone in this world, with its gods, maras, and divinities, this population with its ascetics and Brahmins, its gods and humans, who can properly digest these leftovers, except the realized one, or one of his disciples. Well then, Brahmin, throw out those leftovers where there is little that grows, or drop them into water that has no living creatures. So Bhāradvāja of Sundarika dropped the leftover offering in water that had no living creatures. And when those leftovers were placed in the water, they sizzled and hissed, steaming and fuming. Suppose there was an iron cauldron that had been heated all day. If you placed it in the water, it would sizzle and hiss, steaming and fuming. In the same way, when those leftovers were placed in the water, they sizzled and hissed, steaming and fuming. Then the Brahmin Bhāradvāja of Sundarika, shocked and awestruck, went up to the Buddha and stood to one side. The Buddha addressed him in verse. When you're kindling the wood, Brahmin, don't imagine this is purity, for it's just an external. For those who are skilled say this is no way to purify when one seeks purity in externals. I've given up kindling firewood, Brahmin. Now I just light the inner flame, always blazing, always serene. I am a perfected one leading the spiritual life. Conceit, Brahmin, is the burden of your stuff, anger, your smoke, and lies, your ashes. The tongue is a ladle, and the heart the fire altar. A well-tamed self is a person's light. The teaching is a lake with shores of ethics, Brahmin, unclouded, praised by the fine to the good. There the knowledge masters go to bathe and cross to the far shore without getting wet. Truth, principle, restraint, the spiritual life, the attainment of the supreme based on the middle, Brahmin. Pay homage to the sincere ones. I declare that man to be one who follows the teachings. When he had spoken, the Brahmin Bhāradvāja of Sundarikā said to the Buddha, "Excellent, worthy Gautama, excellent," as if he were righting the overturned, or revealing the hidden, or pointing out the path to the lost, or lighting a lamp in the dark, so people with clear eyes can see what's there. Worthy Gautama has made the teaching clear in many ways. I go for refuge to the worthy Gautama, to the teaching, and to the mendicant Sangha. May I receive the going forth, the ordination, in the worthy Gautama's presence, and the Brahmin receive the going forth, the ordination, in the Buddha's presence. Not long after his ordination, Venerable Bhāradvāja, living alone, withdrawn, diligent, keen, and resolute, soon realized the supreme end of the spiritual path in this very life. He lived having achieved with his own insight the goal for which gentlemen rightly go forth from lay life to homelessness. He understood rebirth is ended. The spiritual journey has been completed. What had to be done has been done. There is nothing further for this place. And Venerable Bhāradvāja became one of the perfected. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.